folks, how you doing? Suzy Meadows here. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin Up, and today we are going to do some paper crafting with these three colors. And I've got a sneak peek. I know the description, it was a typo, but that's okay. A sneak peek of some new goodies, and this is a color challenge. So like I said, these are the three colors we're going to be using. I'm going to double check that I am on the live on the right page. It looks like I am. Great. Hope you're doing well. It is October 10th, and this is my normal Facebook Live. Mondays at 5 p.m. I've been doing it for a couple years now. So, or you may be watching the replay, or maybe over on my YouTube channel. You'll know you're live if you look up in that corner and you see a red rectangle. Otherwise, it is the replay or on YouTube. So, gang, we are going to use re-inkers, and we're going to get very inky. In fact, when I turn the camera down, you're going to see I have some ink on my fingers. Thankfully, I was off. I got to take off today. It was a holiday, and so I got to play all day in the craft room. So, but I think I'm going to go ahead and turn you down so we can look at all these goodies. So you know what that means. Hey, Kimberly, glad you're joining. Hey, I'm getting ready to turn us all down. And then, so, oops, there we go. Okay, you get to see my messy area. There we go. We're all good. So, okay. Hey, like I said, this is a color challenge using the three colors. Brandy, she likes to challenge our team, and it's Rich Razzelberry, Mint Macaron, however you want to say it, and Soft Succulent. So I'm going to make a project with these colors. Now, whenever there's a color challenge, I always pull everything out that might be used. So I've got my three ink pads, the Mint, the Razzelberry, and the Succulent. And we've got ribbon, that is the Soft Succulent. We've got alcohol blends, and of course the re-inkers. And as I decide what I'm going to do, I also pull out my scraps of paper and any embellishments or bling that has the colors. So, but I decided I'm going to use the re-inkers, and these are used to, when the stamp pad gets a little dry, this is how we, that's meant that goes with that. But anyway, we would open this up and we would literally ink it up and add ink. But not going to need to do that, but I am going to use the re-inkers, and I'm going to show you a technique on how to do that. So let me get these things out of the way. The reason I think I did decide to go with the re-inkers is because my next class at the Lebanon Library, which is October 20th, we're going to be using re-inkers, and this is one of the techniques that can be used to create. So I think I see I need to scoot this over a little bit and get you centered a little better. Okay, there we go. I think we're good. So, okay, so like I said, we're going to use the re-inkers. Now, I've got some projects, but I'll show you later on. But this gets a little inky, and this is just one of the ways of using the inkers. Now, I've got just a big piece of plastic to keep my work surface clean, and I'm making sure there's no holes on this end, because last time I found there was a hole. Yep, it right there. Okay, so I'm just going to I've got thick white cardstock, and I am just going to, I know this is probably a little shiny for you, but that was Rich Razzelberry. And see, I've already got it right there. I've already got some on me. Let me pull out so I don't get it everywhere. I just happen to have some baby wipes. But you can see I have been in the craft room, so I've been inky. And the best thing to get this ink off is when I wash my hair. That's how it comes off. But in the meantime, okay, we're going to use Soft Succulent. And we're just going to put some more dots down. And I'm just putting them randomly. There we go. And Mint Macaron is the third color we're going to use. There we go. Hey, Vicki, glad you're joining. Hey folks, as you join, let me know you are by leaving a comment. And let me know if you've done this before. Now we are going to use just plain old rubbing alcohol. This is 70%. I've got it in a mister. And I've got my paper here. I have extra paper towels. Okay. So, like I said, this is alcohol. I always want to find where my nozzle is so I don't get myself. And I am just going to spritz it. Yep, and I'm putting a lot on it. This is alcohol, so it actually dries pretty quick. Okay. Now, I can always move it around a little bit to get some different effects. But in doing that, the ink is going to mix a little bit. You see how it's getting a little bit different colors there? But that's okay. I'm just going to plop this down. And this is where it's good for me to have my paper towel. Okay, there we go. Now I don't need this much. So along the edges, I'm just going to dab it a little bit. Okay, now, while this is here, I could go ahead and use other colors. And in fact, I have done it earlier. And let me get another little piece here. Okay, and this is shimmer white. I don't know if you can see the shimmer. It's got little glitter. But I'm going to put that over here. I would like that. There we go. Now, if I want a little more color, I can just... I like some more green, so I'm just going to dab it in the green. Oh, but I want some pink over here too, so there we go. And I think I want some pink over here. Oh, maybe here. There we go. Okay, now when I did it before, I used all of this, and I'll show you several of the things I came up with. But since we're on a live, and I don't want you to have to watch and wait for ink to dry, I'm going to go ahead and just sort of clean it up, put it in my trash a little bit, clean up my fingers. Now, this is going to take a little bit of time to dry, and you see how it's curling, and that is totally fine. This is alcohol, so it will actually dry pretty quick, and here it went all the way through, and this one is already drying because I didn't put as much on it. But I'm going to put this off to the side here. And because in preparation, I actually played with the ink earlier. And so I have some that are dry that we can actually use. I'm cleaning my fingers. See, I've got a lot right there, don't I? But I just want to make sure that I don't get on anything. Here, and here's some that I used earlier. Here, I just did some dots, and I wasn't happy with that. So I started moving it around a little bit and got some better. I like this better. And then here I already dyed. This is already die cut it out. But here was another one that I did. And then here was one. I really liked it. And I did this, a couple hours ago. And so it's dry, so we could use that. But what I did another one, and I went ahead and using some new goodies, I went ahead and cut it out. So let me show you what this one is. This was the one we're working on. And this is what it looked like before I die cut it out. And what I used was the new Fitting Florets. I don't know if you've seen this. One of the neat things as a demonstrator is we get to pre-order things. This is going to be available for everybody in November, but as a demonstrator, we can get it ahead of time, and that way we can play. And so I did get the dies, which are the Framed Floret Dies, and I got the Framed and Festive Stamp set. There's also paper, and there's a whole bundle you can get. But these are the two things that I get that I wanted to show you. And the reason I got this Framed Festive stamp set is because it's Christmas. Now, this is only while supplies last in November, so it may only be around for a month, who knows. So if you're interested, get it first thing in November. Or you can always join my team and get it ahead of time. But we can talk about that later. And here are just some of the dies. And these are the ones that I played with today. And so this particular die here, it cuts out a frame and an oval. And I love ovals. I've been missing ovals. But I'm going to keep this because I could play with this later on. And some of the other dies that we can use are these like thinlets, these leaves. And I've already cut some out. So we can, so like I said, it will be quicker. You won't have to watch me cut everything out. And with this color challenge, of course, I have cut out the colors that we need. So let me get everything up here. That's my soft succulent, that's my mint, and that's my rich razzleberry. Okay, get these out of the way. So let's go ahead and create this card. So I'm just going to use a white card base, and I've got some options. As I was looking about this, I could always put a piece of rich razzleberry and put the frame on it. Okay, now that's okay, I like that, but what if I just go like that? I think by taking that rich razzleberry away, it really highlights this frame. So that's what I'm going to do. And gang, we're creating on the fly. So I'm going to get I got paper a little bit everywhere. I'm going to use Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And I have already got that here. And I think I'm going to, I can use the 3 colors of inks. And where did I put it? Here we go. Okay. So we can use our soft succulent mint. I want either the rich or the soft succulent. I think I'm going to do the soft succulent. So we will open this up. Okay, and we're going to ink this up. Now, I'm just going to center this frame. So right here is my sentiment. Lovely. Close up the ink pad so I don't get ink everywhere. And get that out of the way. Okay, so I think I like that there. Now see, I could have went on here, but nope, I think this is what we're going to go with. Now, I could have, and I didn't. I actually didn't think about it till after the fact. I don't know if you guys ever do that, but we have some adhesive that we can literally die cut, put on the back of die cuts, but I forgot. So I'm going to use my glue, just some liquid glue, and I'm just going to put it down. So and this is a new tube. So we haven't come to terms. We don't know each other well. So in other words, sometimes it's going to squirt more than I want and sometimes not enough. But that's just the newness of a new tube of glue. Okay, and a little bit more. I think I'll put some down here and here. Okay, because we don't need a lot because, you know, this glue is very tacky. Okay, so let's put this frame on. And I'm going to put it right here. There we go. Okay, now I would like to go with some of these die cuts. I could use the green. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? But I like or maybe I'll do both. So once again, and this is where it would have been easier if I thought ahead and used the adhesive on the back of my dies, but I did not think of that. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue on here, the liquid glue. See, it's sticking to my finger. And I think I'm going to go right there. And I don't need the whole thing, so I'm just going to cut a little bit. There we go. And I'm just going to use this one. And just a little more glue here. Okay. That was a dump truck. I'm getting some, they're going to be working on my drive. So that sounds like there is a load of gravel that was just delivered. Okay. Now, okay, I want to use some ribbon. Where did I throw? I'm going to use some of this Soft Succulent ribbon. Now, you can always tie, you've got options. You can tie a bow. I know some people hate to. Or using glue dots, you can just, and in fact, I'm going to do that. I've got some glue dots, and I'm just going to put some ribbon here, but, yep, I think I'll do that first. Okay. So this glue dot, I want some right there. As you can tell, I'm just real scientific here. I'm going to make it work no matter where. Okay. There we go. That works for me. And now I would like some leaves. And I'm going to put some, now I've got this other half I could use, couldn't I? Oh, that looked good. I'm going to do that. I don't need the end. So you're sort of getting to see my creative process when I'm winging it. I just knew what elements I wanted. I knew I wanted what colors, you know. And I knew I wanted to use a process with the re-inkers. I think we're going to go right there. And I wanted to use these new dies. I love them. I love them. Okay. Now, I want, let me see, and I want something there. Now, I have got some, I think I just want another one of those, and maybe a smaller one. Yep, I think I just want a little, I don't need a second batch though. You know, I sort of like that. Okay, so but I do want to use some of these leaves. So let's use, oops, that's way too much glue. There we go. We don't need the end, so we'll cut that off. I think we'll put that right there. And then we've got a mint. That was Soft Succulent, and this one is mint. And I think I'm going to tuck it up here. Okay, like I said, I've got a couple I want to show you here that I did create earlier. There we go. Okay. Now I want a third one. I need a third one because those are all going the same way, aren't they? So in fact, this needs to go in. I don't want it all the same. And we're going to do this, and it's going to go underneath, and it's going to be coming out. It's going to be tucking out. So that way your eye goes another direction. And it's going to go right. It's going to go right there. Okay, lovely. Okay, good, good, good. Let's get this out of the way. And let's see. Okay, so here is our card. Now, we've got some bling we can use. Because, you know, like I said, I pull out everything that's got the colors. We have some opal rounds, or we have some of these adhesive sequins that I think are Soft Succulent. I know for sure these are, the opal rounds are. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I don't know which to use. So let's pull them both out and see what we want to go with. Okay. I think we need some bling, so we're going to go here. We're going to use this, which are the adhesive backed. And I like going in odds. So I think I'm going to put you there. So how's that looking? I like that, gang. I don't know. Do you guys like that? I think it looks pretty good. So, okay, let me show you some of the others. So this is what we created with some new goodies. Now, I was playing with, we have this, what is it? It's the glimmer paper, the real red and white. And here, I did a frame with that. And in this case, this was the re-inker, and I used the entire sheet. And, but otherwise, it's the same concept. Now, I didn't put any bling on there, but I did add this iridescent trim. So, oh, and then I also embossed the sentiment. And then earlier, before I decided what I wanted to go with, that I wanted to use re-inkers and use the new goodies, I played a little bit with the Apple Harvest. This stamp set is in the mini catalog. And this is the card I made with it, using the 3 colors once again. This was, this is another die that is in these framed florets. It's this guy right here. And it doesn't cut a circle. It literally just does the hearts. But we have this nice little baby that will cut the circle. And so that's what I chose to go with that. But I think for the color challenge, this is the card I'm going to use because we created it together. You guys helped me by cheering me on. So this is the card I'll use for the color challenge. But here's a couple other options that I could send in for that. So now, like I said, this next class, which is October 20th at the Lebanon Library, is it's going to be about re-inking, the different techniques. And this is, I just put this on Facebook, on our events and my website. But these are the cards that use, if you see this right here, I know this is a little shiny, but you see these trees here, and here's a big tree, and then here's some leaves. And this is done using the baby wipe. I call it baby wipe technique. You put different colors of re-inkers, and in this case, I use several of them, and then you stamp an image. So here's 2 different techniques that we will be using at the class at the Lebanon Library. I need to know by the 17th if you're coming so I can have the packets together. So, and gang, this is where you get a hold of me. craftingwithsuzy.stampinup.net. And if you go to events, that's where you'll find this class. There's a 3 o'clock or a 5:30 that you can RSVP in. If you're interested in any of these goodies, this is also where you can order. And if so, use the October host card and host code rather. And along with that, you know, I mentioned you could get these florets, these things early, and you can. Stampin' Up! Has a special for the month of October that for $99, you can get $155 of anything you want in your starter kit. It can be inks, punches, anything. But one of the fun things of being a demonstrator is the fact that you get to pre-order things and that your next purchases, you actually get a 20% discount. So just keep that in mind. But this is where you'll get a hold of me, gang. So I will be back next Monday, which is October 17th, the normal 5 o'clock Facebook Live. So holler if you've got any questions. This is where you can get a hold of me. So I hope you are doing well, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.